Wild, the story of a woman who has lost her mother and herself. After the loss of her mother, she finds herself into drugs and having sex with anyone who will ask. She decides to find herself with a hike along the PCT. The trail spans 2,650 miles, and with every mile she will endure a challenge. From her boots being too tight, her backpack adding excess weight, the rationing of food, and the lack of clean water. Through it all, her body goes through many changes and processes to keep up with the ever-changing physical and mental state as she hikes the PCT. Meet Monster. Monster is her backpack. As an inexperienced hiker, she overpacks, brings many things that are not a necessity, making the bag extremely heavy. This causes her body to undergo changes. One of these is bone remodeling. The bone needs to remodel to compensate for the weight of the pack.
The cells responsible for building new bone tissue are known as osteoblasts. Osteoblasts are thought to be derived from cells found to be associated with blood vessels. Once active, they start to produce the organic component of bone, osteoid, which is predominantly made of collagen. Minerals start to crystallize around the collagen scaffold to form hydroxyapatite, the major inorganic constituent of bone, which contains calcium phosphate.
As the skeletal system goes through changes, so does the muscular system. It undergoes muscular hypertrophy so she can carry the pack with less trouble. Over the days of carrying the pack, her muscles undergo changes, causing them to increase muscle fiber size, which in the end helps her carry the pack for farther and longer. Because of the extra weight on the pack, the cardiovascular and respiratory systems are needed to work harder because of the extra weight. The respiratory system has to feed more oxygenated blood to the body so she can keep pushing forward. And the cardiovascular system has to work harder to pump blood through the body because without the oxygen getting to the parts of her body that she needs them for, she won't be able to continue the hike due to decreased oxygen levels. Her boots were too small, causing her toenails to fall off. Out of frustration, she threw her boots down a hill. They were unreachable. Now she was left with no shoes and exposed skin tissue. Due to her exposed skin, her lymphatic system kicks in to fight off the bacteria that may get into her skin because she wasn't wearing any shoes. The lymphatic system consists of a network of tubes filled with fluid whose job is to continuously bathe your cells. They then carry away the toxin and waste to special filters called lymph nodes where they can be processed or detoxified. The integumentary system also plays a large part in this. By the toenail coming off, it exposes the dermis and in some parts the epidermis layer of the skin. The body then senses this and jumps into action to repair the layer of skin. Throughout the movie, her water supply runs low. She runs out of clean water and becomes desperate. She licks dew off of her tent and grinds up plants to collect the water from inside. She travels to a water holder where she finds it is empty. She sees a puddle of muddy, murky water with bugs swarming all around. By using a water filter pump and ionization tablets, she creates clean water for herself. At the beginning of her journey, she has the wrong gas. Therefore, her stove won't work to cook the food. She never runs out of food, but overall, she does not always get the amount of calories needed. Due to lack of food consumed, she is low on energy. Her digestive system is not receiving enough food to make adequate energy for her to be in top shape for the hike. Because she does not have enough energy from her food, the other body systems are then called in to work harder to make up for the lack of energy. Throughout the movie, she has flashbacks of her mom. Certain things she sees or hears triggers those feelings. When she sees or hears these things, the hippocampus is alerted and pulls the memories of her mother to her mind. Through the movie, she experiences highs and lows, from experiencing losing her boots, running low on food, drinking unclean water, experiencing different types of people, finishing the hike and making her mother proud, finding herself and finding peace. Her nervous system was engaged to keep mind over matter through the hike.